Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mubin Chichingwala. I belong to Turbat, Balochistan. I am a level 1 student at Riyadh College. Today I am
Wow.
going to conduct an interview on a very important topic, overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is a common problem in our daily lives. Many people delay their important tasks because distraction, lack of motivation, or poor time management. This habit can affect our personal growth, education, and professional success. In this interview, we will discuss the reason behind procrastination, its effect, and practical ways to overcome it. Overcome it. We will learn how discipline, planning, and positive habits can help us become more productive and achieve our goals. So let's start our discussion and learn how can we overcome procrastination use of our time.
That
So
was a
our
great.
first question is, what is procrastination and how does it affect our daily life?
Procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing tasks, often despite knowing that there will be negative consequences. It affects our daily life by reducing productivity, increasing stress, and often leading to missed deadlines or lower quality work. In the long term, it can damage confidence, hinder personal growth, and limit the achievement of both academic and career goals.
Why do people usually delay their time important tasks?
People often delay important tasks for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's due to a fear of failure or perfectionism, where they feel they can't start until everything is perfect. Other times it's because of a lack of motivation, feeling overwhelmed by the size of the task, or simply poor time management skills. Digital distractions and lack of clear goals also play a big role.
What are the common causes of procrastination among students?
Procrastination is especially common among students for a few reasons. First, academic pressure can be overwhelming, so students delay tasks as a way of coping. Second, distractions like social media or smartphones make it easy to avoid work. Additionally, poor time management skills and a lack of structured routines often make it harder for students to stay on track.
How does procrastination affect a person's success and growth?
Procrastination can significantly affect a person's self discipline and growth. When someone repeatedly delays tasks, they build a habit of avoiding responsibility, which weakens their self control. Over time, this can erode confidence, hinder skill development, and prevent them from reaching long term personal or professional goals.
What is the difference between procrastination and laziness?
That's a great question. Procrastination is a deliberate delay, often driven by emotions like fear or anxiety, while laziness is more of a passive lack of effort. In short, procrastination is a behavior we engage in despite intending to complete the task, whereas laziness is more of a general unwillingness to act.
Why is time management important for overcoming procrastination?
Time management is crucial because it provides structure and clarity, helping us prioritize tasks and set realistic deadlines. When we manage our time effectively, we reduce overwhelm, stay focused, and create consistent progress. This, in turn, minimizes the urge to delay and helps us achieve our goals more reliably.
How can students create a better study routine to avoid procrastination?
Students can create a better study routine by setting specific, achievable goals each day and breaking larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps. They should create a consistent schedule, ideally studying at the same time each day. Using tools like planners, timers, and prioritizing tasks by importance can help. Also, they should build in short breaks to stay focused and avoid burnout.
What role does self-discipline play in defeating procrastination?
Absolutely. A detailed plan might include specific study times for each subject, a prioritized to do list, and a weekly or even monthly overview of assignments. They should also set deadlines for each task, reflect at the end of each day on what worked, and adjust as needed. Having a clear routine like this keeps them on track and reduces the temptation to procrastinate.
How can setting clear goals help us stop delaying our work?
Setting clear goals is really powerful because it gives you a sense of direction and purpose. When you define exactly what you want to achieve, like finishing a chapter by a certain time, you have a concrete target. This clarity reduces uncertainty, so you're less likely to get lost or distracted. And as you track your progress, each small win boosts your motivation to keep going.
What are the negative effects of procrastination on education and career?
Procrastination can have serious negative effects on both education and career. Academically, it leads to missed deadlines, lower quality work, and increased stress, which can affect grades and learning outcomes. In a career context, it can limit promotions, reduce productivity, and even damage professional reputation, as repeated delays signal unreliability and poor time management to employers.
How can we stay motivated when we do not feel like working?
Staying motivated starts with reconnecting to your bigger purpose, reminding yourself why the task matters most, and setting small goals. Make small steps toward it, like finishing a task each day or completing a task in 5 minutes. As you keep moving, challenges become more manageable. Celebrate small wins and create a routine completing a step.
What small daily habits can help us become more productive? What small daily habits can help us become more productive?
Daily habits like setting a consistent study time, reviewing material every day, and practicing active recall or self testing can make a big difference. Engaging in brief, focused study sessions, keeping a to do list, and reflecting each evening on what you accomplished all build discipline and help you grow more fluent over time.
How can making a to-do list help reduce procrastination?
Absolutely. A to do list breaks down tasks into clear, manageable items, which makes them feel less overwhelming. As you check off tasks, you get a sense of accomplishment, which boosts motivation and keeps you moving forward.
Why do people sometimes avoid difficult tasks?
People often avoid difficult tasks because they feel overwhelmed or anxious about the challenge. They might fear failure, worry about not being perfect, or simply lack confidence. Avoidance provides a short term relief from discomfort, but it usually leads to bigger problems later on.
How can we break large tasks into smaller steps?
To break large tasks into smaller steps, start by identifying the overall goal. Then divide it into distinct stages or milestones. Each step should be specific with a clear action and a realistic deadline. Write them down and focus on one small step at a time. This makes progress feel doable and keeps you moving forward consistently.
How does social media increase procrastination among young people?
Social media can increase procrastination by providing constant distractions and instant gratification. Young people often scroll through feeds or notifications as a way to avoid tasks, and this creates a cycle where time slips away, leaving less focus for studying or important work.
What are some ways to control distraction while working?
Of course. If you have any more questions for the interview or anything else you'd like to discuss, just let me know. I'm ready to help.
What are some ways to control distraction while working?
To control distraction while working, you can try strategies like turning off notifications, using website blockers to limit social media, creating a dedicated workspace, and setting a timer like the Pomodoro technique so you work in focused bursts with short breaks. Planning specific work goals also keeps you anchored and less likely to drift off.
How can positive thinking help us overcome procrastination?
You're welcome. If anything else comes to mind or you need more
How can
advice, feel
positive thinking help us overcome procrastination?
Productive thinking helps by shifting your focus from avoidance to intentional problem solving. Instead of just dwelling on why you're delaying, you identify the real barriers like lack of clarity or resources and come up with specific solutions. By proactively addressing obstacles, you break the cycle of delay and stay on track.
What is the importance of taking action instead of waiting for the perfect time?
Taking action is crucial because waiting for the perfect time often means you never start. Progress comes from small steps, even if they're imperfect. Once you begin, you build momentum, learn from experience, and adapt. Waiting keeps you stuck, but acting, even imperfectly, moves you forward.
How can students balance their studies and personal activities effectively?
Students can balance their studies and personal activities by creating a structured schedule. They can allocate specific time blocks for both study and leisure, ensuring each has a place in their day. Prioritizing tasks, setting realistic goals, and using tools like calendars or reminders also helps them stay organized and balanced.
Can procrastination become a habit and how can we change it?
Procrastination becomes a habit when it's repeated regularly and reinforced by short term avoidance of discomfort. To change it, you need to interrupt that cycle by starting with tiny steps, building self awareness, and using positive reinforcement. Replacing delaying with small, immediate actions helps you rewire your habits over time.
How can planning our day improve productivity?
Planning your day boosts productivity by giving you a clear roadmap. When you know what tasks you need to tackle and when, you reduce decision fatigue, stay on track, and avoid last minute stress. It also allows you to prioritize important tasks, ensuring you focus on the most impactful activities first.
What advice would you give to someone who struggles with procrastination?
I would tell them to be kind to themselves and remember that progress is gradual. Start with small, achievable tasks and celebrate those wins. Build a routine, set specific goals, and if you slip up, don't get discouraged. Just get back on track and keep going.
That's a good answer. My final question is to you. What is the biggest lesson we should learn about overcoming procrastination?
That's a really great question. The most important lesson is that it's okay to start small. Even imperfect progress is still progress. Over time, as you build habits, you'll gain confidence and momentum, making big goals much more achievable.
What final advice would you like to give to people who want to overcome procrastination?
I would advise them to stay patient and consistent. Identify the underlying reasons for their procrastination, like fear or poor planning, and then tackle them with practical strategies like setting goals, managing time, and staying mindful. Remember, progress isn't about being perfect, it's about taking one step at a time.
That's a good answer. Today we learned that procrastination can stop us from achieving our goals, but with proper planning, discipline, and positive habits, we can overcome this challenge. Managing our time wisely and taking action today can help us build a successful future. Thank you for watching. This is Living Teaching Wala from Sobat Balochistan. Allah Hafiz.
That was a really strong conclusion. You summed it up perfectly, and I think that will leave a really positive impression.